Hi, in this video, we're going to take a look at where to put access control lists. First of all, the standard rule is that we can only have one access control list per interface, per direction, inbound or outbound, and per protocol, like IPv4 or IPv6. Okay, that said, where do we place an access control list? Well, remember that extended access control list gives us a lot more flexibility because we can filter based not only on source IP address, but destination IP address. So we can actually filter traffic much closer to the source, not wasting bandwidth, having the packet travel a long ways across our network or across multiple networks before dropping the packet. If we can get it, if we can filter that traffic as close to the source as possible, then we don't waste as much bandwidth. Source or standard access control lists, filter based just on source IP address. So in this case, we don't have much choice, but we have to put it as close to the destination as possible. Why would we want to do that? Well, what if I wanted to block traffic coming from www.idon'ttrustyou.com? Well, obviously, I can't put the access control lists on their network, on the source of this web traffic, and I can't put the access control lists on anywhere along the way of the service providers' networks. I've got to put it close to on my network where I have control over. Okay, so the placement of it does depend on the extent of your network administrator's control. Okay, also the bandwidth of the networks involved and the ease of configuration. But really, you want to get it as close to the source as possible. Okay, so a standard access control list, where would we want to place this? Now, what if I wanted to block traffic from these two networks, okay, the 10.0 network, want to block all traffic from the 10.0 network going to the 30.0 network, all right? So I could put the ACL here, okay? But remember, I can only block based on source IP address with a standard ACL. So all I can say is I want to block coming from 192.168.10.0. Standard ACL, I don't use, or I can't put a destination address. So putting it here would cause a problem because it would block traffic coming from 192.168.10.0. It would block it from coming into the 30 network, but where else would it block it from? Yeah, you're right. Can't go here either. So this is where we would want to put it. Okay, we'd rather have no choice. Outbound of R3's gigabit 00 interface. Why not here? Well, that would be even worse, right? Okay, we put the standard ACL here. That's going to block 192.168.10.0 traffic from leaving router R1. Or if we put it here, it would allow it to go out. It wouldn't allow it to go out serial 000, but it would allow it to go out here. So we really have no choice. You have to put it, if we want to block traffic from the 10 network going to the 30 network here, using the subnets here, then the only place that we can really put that is right here, outbound gigabit 00. Okay. Obviously, if we have control over this entire network, we'd want to use an extended access control list. Let's take a look at an example of that. Okay. All right, so, there we go, extended ACL. All right, so in this example here, we want to block FTP and telnet traffic from the 11 network going to the 30 network, 192.168.30.0 network. So in this case here, we have a lot more flexibility, okay? So in this case here, we are going to want to block all traffic from the 11 network, okay? Now, not all traffic, FTP and telnet traffic. So we can put that ACL right here, okay? Because not only are we able to examine the source address, but also the destination address. So we can actually permit everything else. We can block any traffic coming from this network going specifically to the 30 network, that is FTP or telnet, and allow everything else. Okay. We could also put it here if we wanted to, but this would be probably the best place, because that way we permit or deny before we even look the packet up in the routing table. Okay. Yeah, so here it's just examining the 11.0. Here it's examining, would have to examine traffic that's also from the 10.0. All right, so this will make more sense to you as we look at ACLs and configure them. All right, a little bit on ACL placement. Like I said, it'll make much more sense as you get comfortable configuring ACLs and testing your ACLs and that sort of thing.